My biggest fear when dating after divorce was that I was going to date the same kind of guy that I just divorced. And this is very common because most women don't take time in between relationships to do the personal growth work to break those patterns. So here's an exercise that I did that will definitely help you out. Take out your journal and make a list of all of your primary relationships. Next to each name, write a brief description of your emotional experience of being with that person. Not everything they did wrong. What was your emotional experience? For me, I would write unavailability. Step 2 is reflect on how that connects to your core wounding. I know I have a core wound with the masculine being unavailable. Step 3 is dating with discernment. You are going to be hyper aware of anytime someone you're dating is embodying that pattern. So anytime a guy shows the slightest sign of being unavailable, I'm going to say no thank you because I know I'm just choosing that same pattern. Dating with discernment is a vital practice when you're dating after divorce if you don't want to make the same mistake twice. Now, of course, this could be oversimplified for some people, and you might need the help of a coach like myself to break this pattern. So if you are looking for support, comment support below and I will reach out to you.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another video of dating after divorce. And what will a dating after divorce video be without a dating slash marriage slash divorce coach slash counselor like this one right here? My question is, why would I, or anyone for that matter, take dating advice from a person who mentions how they married an emotionally unavailable man, or a man who didn't care about you, in other words? Right, kind of interesting question to ask, before you pay someone to give you advice. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna give you advice without the need to pay me. No need to thank me. But the thing is here, guys, I wanted to quickly mention before we move on to the next video, to quickly summarize this woman. So she's 40, in her 40s. She has married and then divorced a man who apparently never cared about her, or at least that's what she says. I mean, you never know nowadays. Probably she expected the honeymoon experience throughout the whole marriage, and that didn't happen, and so she quickly moved on without giving any effort into the relationship. It's either that or she just married the guy who didn't care about her in the first place. It's one of those two things. In both scenarios, she's the one at fault, and now, guys, she has learned, right? She has made her mistakes. Now she has learned and she's out there and she's ready to be wifed up. So why don't you wife her up? If she's learned, guys, if she has healed and she's fixed her mistakes, why don't you wife her up? Right? I don't think you need some time to process and give me an answer. The answer is straightforward and pretty clear, guys, and it's that men should not be paying full price for essentially a car with a lot of mileage, right? As people like to say in the comments, guys, dating a divorced woman is like doing prison time for a crime another man committed, right? It's like, imagine you really want this game. It's like a new game, a sequel of your favorite game or whatever, and you want to buy it, right? You want to pay full price for a new game that you get to choose how to play and you get to get the full experience. And some random person just comes to you and tells you, you know what? Instead of buying the game and having your own experience and developing whatever you like, why don't you pay me full price for this game that I have already played and I've made all the wrong choices and I've screwed up the experience, and well, the game is just crap right now, but why don't you pay me full price to get a second-hand game? Well, that's the reason why men are not willing to date a woman who is divorced, because why would I date someone who comes with a lot of baggage and a lot of mileage and has made all the wrong choices? And if she's divorced already, then probably she won't stick to this marriage either that she wants to have right now. So why don't, I or anyone for that matter, instead of marrying such a headache just go for a woman in her 20s which didn't go through all this crap? You know, that's the question that women should be asking themselves. But with that being said, guys, let's cover the next woman.
Why am I attracted to him is the most important question you can ask when you are dating, right? Like, there are so many factors that cause attraction. I have studied and read and put things together, and I've kind of narrowed it down to 10 things that can cause you to be attracted to a person. Now, not all of them are positive things, right? There's physical attraction, which the person's good looking, that can be good, or if the person is actually agreeable, a person's likability and agreeability can cause you to be attracted to them.
No, that works for men but doesn't work for women. Men like women who are agreeable. It's not like men have a problem when women say their opinions, but men have a problem when women are bossy, or when women are not humble, or when you have an argument over every different opinion that you have. Yeah, that is a problem. Men don't want to have a boss at home. They don't want to date another man. They want to date a woman. And the reason I say they don't want to date another man is because women are attracted to men who are not agreeable. Again, that doesn't mean that the man is making a problem out of every situation. It just means that women don't like these men that are, where do you want to go to have dinner, honey? Asking opinions about everything, never having an opinion of their own, never, making plans. Women don't really like that. Women like, instinctively, men who make their own choices and who follow their own plans, and women can be included in that, but they don't like it when they are on the spotlight. Women don't want to be the ones making the calls. So I kind of disagree with your second statement, but what do you guys think?
Kindness can cause you to be attracted to them. So there are all these good things that can cause you to be attracted to a person. However, there are some things that cause you to be attracted that are not useful. For instance, one of the elements that creates attraction is proximity. If you are in a person's presence frequently, if you work together, if you go to the same church, if you carpool together, right? That familiarity, that proximity can create attraction that is simply based on proximity and not based on anything else. It's not based on any kind of compatibility. It's not based on any kind of fitness of that person to be a partner. And so why am I attracted to this person is always a really good question to ask. And you should also ask the flip side for when you're not attracted to a person. If you can deep dive into why you are attracted to some people, why you are not attracted to some other people, you actually start to learn the unique elements that create your own attraction. And that way you become, you can take control of your attraction. Attraction to someone isn't just something that happens to you. Oh my God, I just attracted to all the bad boys and I can't help it. That's not a thing, right? It just means you don't understand what is going into creating attraction in you. And that's something you can learn. You can literally take your time to self-reflect, to evaluate, to check in with yourself when you are with people, when you're dating people. Look at your past relationships and the dating patterns, and really you can catalog, oh, these are the things that caused me to fall for a guy. And then that way, if those things are present in a guy who is unsuitable for me, I can be like, okay, no, I know why I'm attracted to him. It doesn't mean he's right for me. Or if you are attracted to someone and it seems like something is missing, but you don't know what, you can take the time and go through your elements of attraction and realize, oh, this is what's missing for me, and this is what I need to find in my next partner. So it's really important to ask yourself, why am I attracted to him? Ask it frequently, ask it often, so that you can deliberately choose who to be attracted to, who you fall for, and make the very best choice for you.
Guys, I wonder, do women listen to this advice? Because I can agree with this woman. There are a lot of things that she said that are true, but let's add them to the book that women never read, of advice that doesn't get women anywhere. It's yeah, that's good advice, honestly, and women, they get that advice from their fathers, from friends, even from girlfriends, their inner circle. Yeah, they always tell them, yeah, bestie, you have to pick better men. Your last 25 relationships didn't go so well. you have to pick partners better, etc. Yet they never seem to follow that advice. You know, it's like they can't get rid of the toxicity, they can't get rid of the anxiety that they want to pursue in a relationship, because women know this deep down. They know the guys who are actually worth it, you know, the good guys, the guys who may not be extremely tall, 6 digits, etc., but you know, can give a pretty good future and raise a good family. They know who those guys are. It's just they don't feel like they're enough. You know, they are not able to feel good in such a relationship with a good guy. That's the problem that women have. It's essentially something that I'm not gonna say that they can't change. It's just incredibly hard for women who are already addicted to, you know, to the bad things. And just like any other addiction, it starts with small things. It starts with going to the clubs often. It starts with having a high body count. It starts with having a lot of boyfriends, you know, that they constantly change. And all those things that start off, you know, as small things turn into divorcing multiple times, monkey branching, falling for the same chats over and over up until their 40s. You know, just like any addiction, guys, it's a premeditated you know, sequence of choices that they make over and over. And that is why I feel no sympathy for women who are in their 30s single, or who are not able to marry, you know, who make these TikToks of, where are all the good men, you know, why do I attract the bad boys, you know, why do I have such a bad luck? It's just no sympathy. You've made the wrong choices over and over, and it all starts, you know, you can sum up everything in having a high body count. If a woman has a high body count, she's probably going to meet all the other 38 red flags. And if she doesn't have a high body count, you know, that probably means that she respects her time. She's thinking about the future. She's thinking about actually securing a man, you know, with stable plans for the future, etc. It all boils down to the high body count. But what are your thoughts, guys? Leave them in the comments below, and let's continue to the last TikTok.
So one of the biggest myths about trust is that, you know, trust is about others. And so when you're rebuilding how to trust after divorce, people mistakenly think like they have to choose the right partner, but trust really isn't about the other person. So I'm Terry Vanover, and I've helped hundreds of divorced people rebuild their life, find peace again after divorce, and create healthy relationships moving forward. So trust is not about the other person.
Guys, I'll just stop it right here. What did you mention again? Create healthy relationships moving forward. I mean, statistically speaking, I don't recall where I read that right now, but statistically speaking, after a person gets, you know, his first divorce, the chances of getting a second divorce, or, you know, getting divorced again, spike up incredibly high. You know, the fact that you weren't able to make your first relationship work, your first marriage work, it just speaks that most likely, you know, most probably, you won't be able to keep the second one as well, right? This thing of, yeah, we can break off the vase, and then just, you know, the second time we try it, we're gonna succeed 100%. I'm sure about it. You know, just positive vibes, be positive about it. Don't you worry. No, it's like, guys, what happened with the "till death do its part"? You know, what happened with that oath that nobody cares about anymore? When you marry once, it should be like forever. And I always think, guys, if a person is not up to the task, don't get married. You know, but don't crap all over this institution that has existed throughout millennia. Like, we have this woman out here saying, well, you know, just screw the first marriage. It was a test marriage. You know, it was just to see how things are going. Now you're gonna succeed. No, this bullcrap, guys. Statistically speaking, it's not going to happen in most of the cases.
So trust is not about the other person. Trust is about you having faith in your ability to understand the red flags, to see the red flags, to follow through on your boundaries. That's part of it. The second part of trusting yourself is being able to trust that you can handle whatever rejection you may feel. Perhaps rejecting others when you do see those red flags and setting those boundaries, right? So it's really about knowing that you can trust your own intuition, that you can trust in your abilities to handle whatever relationships come your way.
Well, no, thank you. No man is willing to trust you because you proclaim that you've learned. You should have learned before you got married in the first place, right? I mean, isn't that logical? I just think that to myself and I say, that's quite logical. Before you marry, you should already know if the other person has red flags and which red flags are red flags for you. What is this thing of, oh, well, I'm married and now I know the red flags? Well, if you didn't in the beginning, why did you get married? It really shows the mindset and philosophy that these women have of not caring at all about marriage. They don't go into marriage caring about the future because they know that they can just break off that marriage. The government is going to give them a full package of benefits, a pack of benefits. And they don't care. They know they can monkey branch to other simps. They know they will always have options. So what's the problem? Let's just have a marriage. If it doesn't work out, fine. I can only win. It's a win-win scenario for women, guys. And this is the reason why a lot of men are not willing to marry nowadays. Now, I'll never give the advice not marry because I still believe that there are good women out there. It's not the problem that they ceased to exist. It's the problem of, in how low numbers you get them and how big the percentage of actually marrying an insane person who's going to take half your crap is. That's the real problem for me, guys. But what do you think? Leave me your thoughts in the comments and I'll be happy to see you next time, guys. Have a good one.